So one of the things that I always wanted to do when I'm making videos and using different equipment, whether it's when I have my GoPro or using my iPhone, I want the experience to be as simplified as possible. Not too many moving parts, not too many cables going around. And the GoPro kind of offered that in a sense, with the media mod, the front display mod, and then plugging in, putting a microphone on there, but you still have that cable running around. And because I primarily film with my iPhone, I use a Yeti Blue Snowball mic when I'm filming here, and I just plug it to the bottom of the phone. But when I'm filming on my tripod or somewhere else, I use one of these. It's a Rode shotgun mic, and this one is, hasn't really been in stock for a while, so it's really hard to find these. And so one of the items that I was interested in last year was this Rode mic that is for Apple devices. It has a lightning plug on the bottom, and it's used for iPhones, iPods, and iPads, as the box says. Now, my problem with that aspect is, as far as I know, all the new iPads use USB-C and not lightning, and nobody has an iPod, so it's really just for iPhone. And I got it because I felt like it'll be a much more simplified experience filming, because when I use this Rode mic, I do have to mount it onto something, and that's when I primarily use one of these MagSafe mounts. This is from Moment, and I have the shoe mount right up here. But again, you still have that cable flying around there. So this one was going to be a better solution for me. But I didn't need to use it for a long period of time to know the problems with this microphone. Now, it's not so much problems with the sound quality. You're still gonna get really great sound quality from this microphone, same way as you would from this one. Now, the problem with this, however, is, and I kind of knew this going in from different videos I saw, is that when you're using a case, which you're pretty much going to use a case anyway, it's not gonna work. It won't plug in all the way. The case is gonna block it from closing in. And even though you can move this piece right here in the back to kind of like remove that blockage from the microphone, which, one thing to know right now is really hard to take out, but you can take this out and you just have this right here. But the problem is it still won't fit on the case. Like if I connect it now, it's not plugged in all the way. You can see it's wobbling because it's not plugged in all the way. Now, if I take the case off and try to plug it in there, you see it's in, it's not really wobbling at all, and it's plugged in. So one of the things that I saw from videos and postings online is you can use this if you have the clear case from Apple, and here's the problem with that as well. Now, this case does have a few problems on its own. I will say this, I didn't realize how nice it would actually look with the phone in this case. It actually doesn't look that bad at all. But there is a few problems with this case in general, as well as using it with this microphone that plugs in. Like I said, it doesn't look that bad. It actually looks kind of nice. And they say you could use this case with the microphone because there's no chin protection here. So you can just plug it in and it'll work. But here's a problem with that. It's still not plugging in all the way. As you can see the space right there, because there's still this part of the bottom of the case that's preventing it from being plugged in. So you can't even use this case with this microphone. Now, this case does have other problems on its own. No chin protection, and I even had the official Google Pixel case for my Pixel 4, and it has a smaller gap on the bottom, and I still managed to crack my phone completely when it fell out of my hand once and landed on the bottom, and I had to get a new one sent to me, or a certified refurbished one sent to me. So you're not gonna get any protection from here anyway if you drop it on the bottom. And there's been talks and pictures on Best Buy's reviews for this product that it can crack over time. And so I was gonna use this case primarily to film with this, but you can't. As I just showed you, you can't do it. And the case is a nice looking case for it being a clear case, so I may hang on to it for a little bit. I don't know what use I would have for it, because like I said, when you drop it on that bottom, you're done. Now, the only benefits that this microphone offers compared to this one is that there is a 3.5mm jack on the back. And that's for you to plug in headphones so you can monitor the audio of what you're trying to record, whether you're recording a video or you're doing just recording audio, and you can monitor it on your end. So maybe you're trying to film a professional video or some kind of podcast, and you want to be able to hear the material being presented to let the people know in your project, hey, you're not loud enough or you're too loud. But if you're doing a professional project like that, you're not going to use an iPhone. You most likely won't use an iPhone to do that. If I'm doing a podcast with my friends, I have a Blue Snowball microphone that I use, and I use my Mac to do the podcast. If I had people to do a podcast, in person and not over Zoom, I would probably use my iPad or still use the Mac with another microphone. And if I'm making a professional video, like if you're going to make a professional level movie, yeah, the iPhones can make pretty amazing movies, but you're going to want to use a better official video camera to do that, in which case you're going to have better microphones than these right here. Now, another problem with this one, even though it is in stock, and I think it's like 2 years old by now, whereas this one is not in stock anymore, like it's really hard to find this one. They're both by Rode. This one is like $80, I believe, and this one was only like $60 when I got it. So you're paying more for, not being able to use it the way you want to use it. And I call it as, high risk, same reward, because you're not really enhancing your video making experience in terms of enhancing audio. You're still having the same audio, quality. But it is high risk because, as I said, you have to use this without a case. So you're forced to have a phone without the case to film with it. And you don't want to do that because when you drop it, it's done. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I do use these magnetic mounts for my iPhone, right? Simple as that, it's on. And yes, the magnet is strong enough for the phone. And I tell people this because they're unaware. When you're using MagSafe cases and you're not using an official Apple one, the magnet is not going to be as strong as it is with the official ones. It's not me shilling out for Apple or being paid by Apple to say that, but I have a Spigen case, a third-party case that cost like $30 when I got it, and the magnet is not as strong. It falls off my MagSafe charger pretty easily compared to these cases. It falls off my car mount a lot easier than it does with these. I have not had my phone fall from my car mount with one of these Apple cases, and I have had it happen with the Spigen case. So whether you're using the phone with the magnet mount on its own or with a case, there's nothing holding it on the bottom. So if someone bumps into you or something, it's gonna fall anyway. And then when you use one of these mounts, like the standard phone mounts for tripods, some of these are very stiff. And so in my experience, when trying to remove the phone from here to review your footage and see if you need to film some more stuff, it could sometimes cause your phone to drop when you're trying to struggle with it to get your phone out. And in some cases, it damages your cases for the phone because of these ridges right here. And I just wanted to use the magnetic mounts for simple on and off experience when I'm filming something, simple as that. But being that I can't use this with a case, I'm gonna go return this because this was like $80. Even though I financed it for 6 months, I can still return it and get that first payment back. And as for this case, like I said, it is a nice looking case with the phone inside, but it's not full protection, and I have heard that it can crack because it's not the same material as this one, meaning you're not going to see as much hair and dust on this case as you would on these, but you're also more likely to see fingerprints and for this to crack, because it's not going to crack. It's it's not plastic. It's I forgot what they call. I think it's like not microfiber, but it's the cheaper one of the two because they make the leather and then they make this one. So high risk, same reward. You're not gonna really see any reasons or rewards or improvements using this with the phone without a case. Now, if I do get an iPod for whatever reason, I don't think I would. I don't know why I would. Then sure, I'll probably use this with the iPod. I'm not really gonna get a case for an iPod, but that's really stupid. They even had an app that's compatible with this I think it's just for you to record audio. There's already a voice memo on iPhones. There's no point in getting it, and I'm really disappointed because this is a really cool setup to just like put that in right there, and then with this right here, I can put a light up here, or I don't know what else I could put there, but I could put a light on there, and it would be really cool setup. And it's unfortunately not the case here, even though it is very secured when you plug it in, and then just pop this part right here to keep it like in. But I really don't see the point in buying this if you already have a microphone. I know they make other brands that are the same style. I don't know how good they are, so I don't know who this is for really. If you don't care about dropping your phone and you just want to plug this in and use it, then sure, that you can do that. But I am all about safety for our products, and even though I have Apple Care, I don't really want to go about that process right now. I just got this phone in October, so I really don't want to break it this soon. But that's kind of my review for both of these products. Maybe I'll keep this one a bit longer to experience with it a bit more, but it doesn't look like it's going to be sticking with me for long. I thought I would hate this design on the back. It's okay, it just helps to know like exactly where you're supposed to be lined up for your accessories. I don't know if you can see that right there, my wireless charger there, but that's my video for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed my opinions on these products. I do hope that they do make a revision of this that does allow for case compatibility, because this thing would be a much better setup than having one up here, in my opinion. Like there's just too much right there. I'd like to be very simplified and discreet, and not discreet, but like, you know what I mean. So I'm Anthony Tech, and I'll see you guys next time.